be having a class on financial literacy, and as we have already discussed, financial literacy is not given to the normal classes. Most of the classes in our school is given with British system of education, in which we discuss history, science, mathematics and other subjects, but this kind of financial classes has been neglected so far. But today we will be discussing a very important class on four-quadrant theory of Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki is one of the intellectual and scholar, as well as a multi-millionaire, origin from Japan, and he was residing in America at present time. But the theory which he has propounded has been known to the worldwide, and it gives a very important clue to the learners. His book, The Poor Rich Dad and the Poor Dad, is a very interesting book, which was sold 1,000 and above copies in 1 year of publication, and this book has been read worldwide. But today we will discuss very important lesson of that book, that is the four quadrant theory. So here, let us discuss. Let's first this one. Okay, next. Here we will have four quadrant. Let us discuss. This is a four quadrant theory. Here we have I. That means income. Next we have E. That is called expenditure. And here we have L. That is liability. And last we have A. That is asset. So let us understand what is income. Income is something that is producing or coming money or something that to our family. That may be salary, that may be wages, that may be interest, or any kind of sources that is producing money to our family. This is known as income. Income can be generated by our father, mother, or our brother, or sometimes our sister. So this kind of the money that is coming into our family through our father, mother, or any siblings, this is known as income. So if income is there, then automatically there should be expenditure. Expenditure is something that is the deduction of money from our income. Let us assume that we have income of rupees 10,000 in a month, and we expend rupees 5,000 in family, like food, education, medicine, these kind of things are compulsory, because without food we can't exist. We will not be able to exist. Without education we will not be able to grow up, and without medication we will be suffering from different type of diseases, like cancer may be there, it's a chronic disease, and other difficult diseases or serious diseases will be there. So here, if I expend 5,000 rupees in food, education and medicine, then what is the remaining? I have only 5,000. So 5,000 is known as what? It is known as saving. or sometimes it can be invested. But the question is, how far we can save these 5,000 by expanding this 5,000? How far we can expand? We can save this 5,000. This is a very important question. For example, the income of a family is 10,000, and we are expanding 5,000 in food, education, and medication of the family. Then we are saving only 5,000 rupees in a month. So if we can save only 5,000 rupees in a month, then let us assume 5,000 into 12. How much? Then we have 60,000. But 60,000 is a very huge amount. Let us assume that we cannot run a family in rupees 5,000. To save rupees 5,000 is also sometimes very difficult. We will not be able to save it because we have many liabilities. So now let us understand what is liabilities. Liabilities are the things that deducts money or that kind of income from expenditure. For example, we have things like car, home, or vehicles, or other like mobile. In a month, how much amount is invested in liability? We have to keep research, we have to keep servicing, refill of oil, coloring of the house, and maintenance of the vehicle. Round about we can expend 2,000. It's a small amount in this kind of liabilities. Then we have to deduct 2,000 from this 5,000. So by deducting 2,000, we have only 3,000. So 3,000 means what? Only 20,000 rupees we can or concept in our family. So this kind of liabilities, these are the number one things that makes our family a poor family. So for example, in our family there are how many mobile phones? In a minimum, there are 2 or 3. So how much resource? In a smallest amount, at least we can expend 500 or 1,000 rupees. If data charges are applied, then we can expend around about 500 to 1,000 rupees in this kind of a mobile. Or in a car repairing set, can we repair a car by 500 rupees? No. For example, its tire can be changed, its oil can be changed, sometimes some parts may be getting damaged. At that time, we will not be able to repair a car by 100 rupees. At that time, we can expend 3,000 or 4,000 like that. So these kind of liabilities are the number one things that makes our family a poor family. So let us try to remove these kind of liabilities. So in today's class, in today's lesson, what we are going to learn is that if you want to make your family a rich one and a very wealthy family, then from today onwards, we have to change the mindset of buying unnecessary things. So from today onwards, our children, our students, and our friends should be taught to buy only assets. So here, we have to buy only assets. Asset means what? Asset means the things that produce income. That produce income, that kind of things are known as assets. For example, his farm is a number one big asset. Number two, this is number one, and number two, real estate. Real estate. Real estate means the land which we own, or sometimes we can have restaurants. Because these things, they will generate income, and the value of our income will be increased. For example, from the fish farm, we will have money. From the real estate, we will have money. And from the restaurants or from the workshops, we can have extra money to the income. So this kind of assets should be created so that our income can grow according to the increase of time. So in today's small class, I'm just giving you the important lessons on income, expenditure, liability, and asset. And all of these, you have to try to take out this quadrant. This quadrant is the number one area which makes our family poor. So we have to make our family have this kind of assets. That may be fish farm, that may be what called rice field, that may be real estate, that may be restaurant, that may be shop or something like that, which can generate income to our family. Or sometimes a student can have a mobile phone. Mobile phone is also an asset. But some student may ask, how can mobile be an asset? For example, if the student or if the person uses mobile phone and he trades in the stock market or forex or something like that, then he can automatically generate income to his personal income. Then his mobile phone becomes an asset. So in today's area, in today's generation, income is very low, expenditure is very high. If the income is low and expenditure is very high, then naturally the family will become a poor family. So what should we do? We have to grow up our income, and our expenditures should be reduced. That means we have to cut down all the unnecessary things. For example, buying of the clothes, buying of the foods, unnecessary foods like what are called packaged foods, junk foods. We eat most of the time in the what are called shops and from the restaurants and the fast foods. We have expended huge amount of money, so that kind of money should be avoided, so that we should not take out income, and we have to minimize our expenditure. And the third thing, the most important thing is that we should not make our liabilities. Liabilities should be cut off and assets should be built up, because assets are the things which make our family a very good and healthy and a progressive family. So in today's class, we have discussed a lot about our income, expenditure, liability, and asset. So this is what Robert Kiyosaki has taught us in his important book, Poor Dad and Rich Dad. In that area, he discussed this 4-quadrant theory, and this 4-quadrant theory we have in the mind, but we do not possess or we do not do this kind of things in a practice. So most of the families of Manipur and most of the families of India have been becoming very poor families because they are not following this system. This is known as a money flow. And instead of buying this kind of assets, they were buying most of the time this kind of liabilities. For example, a person gets a job, then he will buy a car, he will make a new house, he will make a marriage. So marriage, building a house, buying car, these kind of things are all liabilities. But we have to marry, with a small expenditure. We should not expend a huge amount of money in marriage, in other what called social functions, but in the minimal amount we have to do that kind of functions. So I am giving you my number. This is my number 9612149396. This is my number, and in which you can have my WhatsApp, my Instagram, and my LinkedIn, etc. So you can contact to me, or sometimes you subscribe my channel, that is BM Lystrom. BM Lystrom in YouTube, so that you can get such kind of a very informative videos in our future. Thank you for watching.